Today I fucked up today by trying to feed my Sunbeam snake and accidentally becoming a rat mom. This just happened tonight and I am unwell. So I'm a seasoned reptile keeper. I've got multiple animals, I know my stuff, and I've always fed frozen thawed, always. Not just because it's safer for the snake, but because, frankly, I'm not a sick bastard who enjoys watching animals die. I love my reptiles, but I also have a soul. So when I got my new Sunbeam snake, Goblin, and was told he only takes live, I was already stressed. Tonight I went to the shop to pick up one fuzzy rat. Hoppers were too big, so I ended up with 2 fuzzies in a stapled shut paper bag like I just ordered a sad meal from hell's drive-thru. I get home, I'm sweating guilt. I prep the enclosure, drop the rats in, and back away like I've just committed a war crime. Goblin doesn't even come out. He stays buried in his hide, presumably judging me from the shadows. Meanwhile, these 2 little albino rats are just living, sniffing around, doing rat things. They're soft. They've got tiny pink hands. One of them licked me. Licked me. I sat on the floor, silently spiraling. I told myself I'd give it an hour. After an hour, Goblin still hadn't shown up, but I was on the verge of crying. So I scooped the rats out, whispered, "You're safe now," like I rescued them from a Dickensian orphanage, and set them up with a janky little rat snack bistro from leftover bird food in desperation. Now they're curled up sleeping like it's the best day of their lives. Goblin is still in hiding. I've left a frozen thawed offering to maybe right my wrongs here, LMAO. I am emotionally wrecked. I guess I'm a rat mom now. Too long did not read. Tried to feed my Sunbeam snake live fuzzies for the first time. My conscience couldn't handle it. Pulled them out, set them up, got emotionally mugged by 2 albino rats. Goblin is debating his frozen TV dinner. I have sons now. Edit update same night. Goblin has eaten his frozen TV dinner. Party popper, the rats are safe and my rainbow snack is fed. Hallelujah, face holding back tears. This is for you, chat. This is milk. Falling asleep in my hand after being petted. Face holding back tears, what the fuck have I gotten into? I would check out the rat subreddit, haha, they'll have some good tips for you. They're very adorable pets. This is glorious. Tears of joy, I'm so proud and happy for you. I hope Goblin enjoys his frozen thawed dinner. Otherwise feedings might be tough, haha. Any name ideas for your newly acquired rat children? This was one of the few instances on Reddit where someone told a narrative comedically that I actually thought was very charming. Congrats on the boys. Also, you'll want to verify if rats can live together. I know hamsters can't. One of my current rats was not only a failed feeder, not by me, but she also had 5+ babies in the snake enclosure. The snake owners eventually pulled her and her babies out. Her and 3 of her babies showed up to the rescue. Once her boys were weaned, the rescue had a baby girl that they grabbed from a cage of feeder boys, and she fed that baby for a week. Now they both live a spoiled life with their rat friends in my home. Today I fucked up by telling my husband his mom died. Today, my husband's mom died. As a bit of a background, my husband is deployed. Due to this, I was the person notified of his mom's death instead of him. We also have a Chihuahua, Gilligan, whose health is declining, relevant. It was morning for me when I was informed of my Mill's passing. She died in her sleep. But due to time differences, it was the middle of the night for my DH. I messaged DH to give me a call as soon as he was able. Several hours later, he calls. I will be honest. I had no idea how to tell him. They weren't close, we were soft, no contact with her. But she was still his mom, so telling him was more difficult than I anticipated. DH picked up on the energy and asked me, "Did Gilligan die or something?" And I blurted out, "No, but your mom did." I feel so bad about it. But he is doing alright. He is processing her death well and already over his siblings squabbling over her assets, not sure if she had a will. He finds the humor in it but will definitely use this to dig me in my ribs about when he gets home, melting face. Too long did not read. I informed my husband of his mom's death by responding to his question of if our dog died with, "No, but your mom did." Better that than the text my mom got from one of her sisters. 1 down, 3 to go. Name of sister, S dead. Imagine waking up to that. Everyone is telling you it's okay, so I'll say that I actually laughed. It's got to be the best but absolute worst your mom joke ever told. Ha ha ha. My guess is that you laid out a plan how to tell him in your head and then he comes around and asks about the dog and derails everything. Classic. Oh, and sorry for your loss, and hopefully the dog at least makes it through that difficult time. Retired military here. If you contact the Red Cross regarding his mom's death and provide husband's unit info, they will work their magic to help him be able to attend the funeral. A stumble, not really a fuck up, especially as well as he's taking it. Why shouldn't he? It'll be a nice inside joke. No, not the gentle, tactful way you wanted to tell him, I'm sure, but honestly? Kind of hilarious. I'm sure when he thinks back on this moment, he'll find something to smile about amidst all of the sadness. Today I fucked up by leaving the baby monitor on during some much needed alone time. I, 32F, and my husband, 32M, have a 2.5-month-old daughter. Some context. Our daughter sleeps in a bassinet next to our bed, and I recently set up a video baby monitor pointed at said bassinet. My side of the bed is also very much in frame. My modest, religious in-laws are visiting for the week and absolutely obsessed with their granddaughter. She's a Velcro baby, wants to be held at all times, so the extra arms have been a lifesaver. We've been able to cook, clean, shower, and, exist like humans again. The fuck up. After proudly showing off the new baby monitor setup, we handed our daughter off to the grandparents for some snuggles and told them we were heading to bed early. Well, we hadn't had much alone time since becoming parents, so we decided to seize the rare opportunity and get down to business. Weeks of pent-up hormones, sleep deprivation, and a mutual, I miss us, energy collided in a deeply ungraceful, but passionate, reunion. Afterward, I glanced up at the camera and noticed the power light. The baby monitor was still on, still pointed directly at my side of the bed, still streaming to the receiver. I made my husband go investigate. He came wide-eyed. Apparently, the receiver was sitting near his parents, screen face up, video feed active, and sound on. No one said anything. I don't know if they saw or heard. All I know is that I'm not leaving this room tonight. Possibly not until they go back home in a few days. Every time I remember what could have been witnessed, I cringe. Too long did not read. Left the baby monitor on during long overdue sex. In-laws may have gotten front row seats. Well, the good news is if they were ever curious how you got that baby, they now have a better understanding. I think you'll be alright. Well, they could have turned the monitor off, but maybe they enjoyed your performance. Surely they would have turned it off if they could hear anything. Surely. The only way to make this right is to witness his parents having sex. There was a time when my husband and I had just started initiating sexy time when his dad called. Once he determined that it wasn't an emergency, my husband was trying to end the conversation, but his dad kept extending it. To encourage my husband to be more, firm, I whispered for him to imagine me in my sexy red bra. Apparently his dad went silent for a while before very hastily ending the call. None of us has ever brought it up, but I still cringe at the memory from time to time. Well, they knew how the baby happened already, right? Today I fucked up by crying at my optometrists. I am sitting in the optometrist chair, opposite to them. It's been a year or so and all I want is to get an updated prescription. Everything is going just fine. They are about to dilate my eyes. Then the question comes, while their face is a mere foot away and they are looking deep into my eyes. Are you lactating? Silence for a moment to process that. No. Silence. Now I've never been asked that in my 21 years of life and I'm about to collapse dead from the effort it is taking to not laugh, but he is a foot away from my face and still very intently staring into my eyes. I summoned every shred of energy to keep a straight face, but I could feel my face slipping. He replies while looking me straight in the eyes, again a foot away from my face. Good. The silence stretched out, but inside my soul is now battling every single natural impulse to burst out in laughter. Good? At this point he can see it on my face, and promptly misreads my inner tension. I didn't mean good like that, you're not lactating. Just good to know. Painfully long empty silence. I felt myself tearing up from my stifled laughter, but managed to just nod and swallow it down. Anyway, he was very nice the rest of the time and I'm pretty sure I inadvertently made him think he made me cry by saying something insensitive, but I was actually trying not to die in the chair. The entire car ride home I lost it thinking about the situation, but I feel so bad for the guy. After asking my mom and aunt, both of them said they have never been asked that before getting while their eyes checked and that they would have laughed. Apparently it can have an impact on your eyes, but he never told me that. Too long did not read. I started crying because I was trying not to laugh at my optometrist. You're not supposed to dilate a patient pregnant or nursing unless necessary. Usually we ask women ages 20-30 plus. I never say lactating though. Edit. The drops have a very tiny chance of even affecting your baby. The ophthalmologists are probably laughing and dilating in the next room. I'm not a risk taker, so I tend to wait till next year. But please dilate your eyes. That's hilarious. He probably should have explained instead of staring deeply into your eyes in awkward silence. My husband's optometrist asked if our son was conceived with IVF. He has no idea why he would ask this. He didn't know if he should be offended or? I'm wondering if this is the same guy and his whole deal is randomly awkward, highly personal, unrelated questions. I took my cat to the vet once and was chatting with the veterinarian. We were talking about the weekend. He said he turned on a movie in the living room for his kids and then he and his wife went into the bedroom and watched an adult movie. Then the implication hit him. He turned bright red and started saying, "No, no, no, that's not what I meant." I laughed significant other hard. I had to hold in my giggles during the rest of the visit. It was just a romantic moment. Savor it. I'm amazed you were able to keep eye contact. I would have immediately looked down at my chest to check, just in case somehow it had randomly started happening.